The last whisper of salt and silk. The night clung to the villa like a second skin, thick, salted, and restless. Elena stood barefoot on the stone balcony, the black silk slip whispering against her thighs every time the wind from the dark Mediterranean lifted it. Behind her the bedroom waited, sheets still tangled and warm, the air still heavy with the scent of him, cedar, smoke, and the faint metallic edge of blood that had dried on his knuckles hours earlier. Marcus had found her 3 months ago in an alley, bleeding and half dead after the cartel's men finished teaching her what happened to women who asked too many questions. He had cleaned her wounds with careful hands, whispered that he would keep her safe, and brought her to this forgotten cliffside house where the sea swallowed every secret. She had believed him. She had opened every soft hidden place for him, body and soul. She had moaned his name against the cold walls while waves crashed far below. She had trusted him with the names of the men who still hunted her, and with the location of the last hard drive that could destroy them all. Tonight she had given him something else, her body again, completely. She had ridden him until her thighs trembled and he spilled inside her with a broken sound that almost sounded like love. Afterward, she had traced the new scar on his collarbone, the one he claimed came from protecting her, and whispered that she never wanted to leave this place. Marcus had smiled that slow, devastating smile and told her to sleep. She hadn't slept. Instead, she waited until his breathing deepened, then opened the laptop he thought she could never unlock. The encrypted messages glowed in the dark like quiet accusations. Target secured. Extract the drive tonight. Eliminate the woman after. Payment already transferred. Elena's pulse did not race. It slowed, cold and precise. She closed the laptop, returned to the balcony, and listened to the black water far below. Somewhere beneath those waves lay the old smugglers' caves, places where gold once hid and bodies still disappeared. A floorboard creaked behind her. Marcus's voice was low, almost tender. "Couldn't sleep, my love?" She did not turn. "I was thinking about the first night you brought me here, how you held me while I shook, how you swore no one would ever hurt me again." Warm hands settled on her waist, sliding upward until his thumbs brushed the undersides of her breasts through the thin silk. "And no one will," he murmured against the side of her neck. "You're mine." Elena leaned back into him, letting her body melt the way it always did. She felt him harden against the curve of her ass. Her own body answered traitorously, heat pooling low, nipples tightening under the slip. "Prove it," she whispered. He turned her and claimed her mouth in a kiss that tasted of wine and lies. His hands shoved the silk higher, fingers sliding between her thighs, finding her still slick from earlier. Elena moaned into his mouth, hips rolling, giving him exactly what he expected while her free hand reached behind her, under the loose cushion of the balcony chair. The small blade she had hidden there hours ago was cool against her palm. Marcus broke the kiss, breathing hard. "Come back to bed. I want you again before—" "Before what?" she asked softly, nuzzling the scar on his collarbone. Her lips brushed the exact place where the knife would enter. He hesitated, half a second too long. That was all she needed. The blade slid between his ribs with quiet precision. Marcus's eyes widened. A wet, shocked sound left his throat. His hands clenched on her hips hard enough to bruise, then weakened. Blood bloomed dark and hot against her skin. Elena held him as he sank, lowering them both to the cold stone. She kept her voice gentle, almost loving, the same tone he had used the night he first took her while she still trembled from terror. "You sold me," she whispered against his ear as the light left his eyes. "You sold every soft place I gave you, every secret, every moan, all for money." Marcus tried to speak. Only blood came, She kissed his forehead once, almost tenderly, then pushed his body over the railing. The sea took him without ceremony. Elena stood alone on the balcony, the silk slip now stained, the night wind cooling the blood on her skin. She returned inside, retrieved the hard drive from its true hiding place, the one she had never told him about, and slipped it into the waterproof pouch already packed in her bag. Somewhere far below, the waves continued their endless work of erasure. She walked out of the villa barefoot, the taste of betrayal still metallic on her tongue, and disappeared into the dark coastal road that led toward the next life she would build from ash and cunning. The sea kept its secrets. So did she.